I'm Aaron Kofford. I'm part of the DARPA commercial strategy team, and I'm excited to share with you some exciting new mechanisms that we have to help you transition your exciting technologies into commercial markets. DARPA is well known for its contributions to the Department of Defense mission in providing breakthrough technologies to aid the warfighter. DARPA also has a rich history of providing exciting commercial solutions to the U.S. economy. In the past, a lot of these contributions to the commercial sector have been somewhat ad hoc. And what the DARPA commercial strategy team aims to do is to take a more deliberate approach in transitioning great DARPA innovations into the commercial sector. In working with a lot of technologists, DARPA performers who do very well in developing technology for DARPA, we find that there's often a disconnect between the value from DARPA performers and the value that investors find in investing in those technologies. For example, DARPA performers tend to emphasize the technology. They're passionate about the DoD mission or the research contributions that their work will contribute to the community. Investors, however, are more interested in the team and the team dynamics, the business model, and technology is kind of tucked away in products. And so recognizing this value gap between DARPA performers and investors is a lot of what the mechanisms that we have here in DARPA Commercial Strategy aim to fill. So you're probably familiar in doing work with DARPA. There's lots of ways to do work with DARPA, whether that's through programs, challenges, or SBIRs. If you are a current performer in any one of these, using any one of these mechanisms, you can access the DARPA commercial strategy to help transition your technology into the commercial sectors. The mechanisms that we have here at DARPA Commercial Strategy, we have 3 live mechanisms, and we're working on a 4th. I'll briefly touch on each of these. The first and sort of bread and butter of DARPA Commercial Strategy is in the Embedded Entrepreneur Initiative. And this can be thought of as really simply connecting business talent to match your technical talent. These awards tend to be small, on the order of $310K. And they are used to, awarded to the company to help fill in any sort of gap that they have in their business structure. This could be a product manager, it could be a COO, it could be a business development person. This $310K Embedded Entrepreneur Initiative is coupled with some talent through the DARPA network of a senior commercialization advisor. These are people who have demonstrated business success in their careers. And what we find is that often connecting business talent with technical talent leads to the results that we're looking for in transitioning your technology to the market. In some cases, we find that there's a big enough gap between where your technology is and what the market needs. And in these instances, we have a mechanism called a minimum viable product. This minimum viable product mechanism allows us to move technologies and overcome barriers that might prohibit investors from investing. And as we overcome those barriers, our objective is to move technologies and companies into an ability to raise outside capital. In some cases, we find that there's a special or unique need. DARPA is well known for disruptive technologies, and in some cases, a custom touch is needed for these technologies. For those custom touch needs, we have Tiger teams where we pull some of our most experienced senior commercialization advisors to collaborate directly with the DARPA program team to come up with a custom commercialization strategy. And those are our Tiger teams. We're also excited to be actively working on a 4th initiative called Venture Horizons. Venture Horizons is an ability for us to bring top investment talent into the DARPA building in a structured way, and expose DARPA technologies that are succeeding, as well as the technology teams and program teams, to the top investment community. More to come in the fall of this year. We have a couple different contract mechanisms that you can look at now. One is the commercial solutions offering, which is live and open, and that's that's your entry point into the Embedded Entrepreneur Initiative. You can take a look at that at sam.gov right now. We are also in the works is the establishment of DARPA commercial accelerators, and we'll make heavy use of the DARPA commercial accelerators in exercising the Embedded Entrepreneur Initiative and the minimum viable products. Of the mechanisms I described, the entry point into working with DARPA commercial strategy is through the Embedded Entrepreneur Initiative. We've been exercising the EEI program for some time now, and we've been able to observe the results coming out. And what I'm sharing with you here on the screen are 3 testimonials of individuals and companies who have participated in the EEI program and the value that they saw in working with DARPA commercial strategy. I'll tell you that these are consistent or typical of the types of responses that we receive from our performers. And we've moved companies from, very small markets to very large markets. We've helped them increase their revenues as high as 600%. And so it's gratifying to see the impact that these initiatives that we have in DARPA commercial strategy are having on the lives and businesses of some of our performers. I wanted to show you a quick list of who constitutes the DARPA commercial strategy team. We have our core commercial strategy team there on the left, which runs the programs and helps come up with these initiatives and ensure that all the trains are running. But we also have extremely talented senior commercialization advisors. Some of them are hired to work with each of the programs who win an EEI award. Many of them participate with us gratuitously. And if you look at some of their titles, you'll see lots of titles like CEO or Chief Technology Officer or Chief Engineer. These are very talented people who have a lot of business acumen, who are able to help navigate the ins and outs of the investment community. And what we find is when we connect these talented people with your powerful technology, magic happens. I hope that as this was informative to you, and then the next time that you're working with DARPA, either on a full program or an SBIR or in any capacity, you can reach out to your program manager or to the DARPA commercialization team directly, and we can talk about if the tools that we have here at the DARPA commercialization team are appropriate for you. Thank you.